Hey guys, welcome back. Today we discuss Guy Pearce. Australian actor Guy Pearce is under fire for simply asking a question. And yes, we've seen this before when someone raises a perfectly fine question but gets slammed, labeled, and canceled rather than having their question answered or the underlying issue debated. And we know why. Because if you ask certain kinds of questions, they are deemed unacceptable and you are immediately perceived as an ist or a phobe. In this case, the actor had the audacity to tweet this. A question. If the only people allowed to play trans characters are trans folk, then are we also suggesting the only people trans folk can play are trans characters? He continued, surely that will limit your career as an actor. Isn't the point of an actor to be able to play anyone outside your own world? Now, the logic of this seems simple enough to most. An actor should be able to portray virtually any characters. But in recent years, even voice actors have come under pressure to back away from the roles of animated characters whose identities they don't appear to match. While I have been critical of race swapping, that has more to do with my expectations as a book reader. Mostly my excitement about wanting to see beloved characters portrayed accurately on screen. That's pretty much it, but another color actor can, sometimes, sell the character because they so embody all their other characteristics beyond the superficial. We've seen this countless times throughout Hollywood history. No one can tell me that Russian actor Yul Brynner didn't rock his role in The King and I. No one. I will die on that hill. But of course, Twitter being Twitter, the mob rose against Pearce, and by the next day, he deleted his tweets and replaced them with an apology. I see that raising the question of gender identity within the casting process on a platform like Twitter was not a good idea. For that, I apologize enormously, he said. I acknowledge it has only stirred up and inflamed attitudes and made us all dig our heels in. I take responsibility for that, and again, apologize for starting a fire. It is interesting that he apologized for raising the question on Twitter, which, as we all know, is a complete and total cesspool of idiocy, and therefore not much of a place for honest discussion. Then he went on to apologize simply for asking the question, deeming it insensitive. And that's where he completely went off the rails. The question in and of itself that he asked is legitimate. Actors should not have their work limited by anything beyond their skill and suitability for a particular role. Race, ethnicity, culture has minimal to do with that, except insofar as a physical similarity is required. Gender identity has nothing to do with anything at all, and if trans women and trans men are just women and just men, then I would add the question of why should actors be asked to reveal if they had surgery to become the gender they claim to play the role they now match? Is the industry demanding birth certificates now? Just look close enough to the character and or act your butt off. But the reality is this, when it comes to posting things on Twitter, when it comes to saying things in interviews, always speak your mind, always be truthful, honest, and consistent about where you stand. And if people take issue with that, then so be it. But bending the knee, especially apologizing for doing something that wasn't wrong, that wasn't insensitive, that was in no way offensive to anyone, it simply exposes you to greater attack in the future. And look, these people who are freaking out over what he said will never be satisfied. There's nothing you can do, Guy Pearce. He's still one of my favorite actors, but the reality is, this was a wrong move. But hey, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.